How to beat loneliness when you have no friends. My friends, loneliness is something we've all felt at one time or another. And let's be real, it's not always easy. We may find ourselves longing for companionship, wishing there was someone to talk to, someone to lean on. But let's look at this differently today. Sometimes being alone is not a punishment. It's a path to discovering strength, creativity, and purpose we didn't even know we had. Now I want you to think about this. There is something beautiful about solitude. We can see it as a period God uses to shape and refine us. Even Jesus, who was surrounded by disciples and followers, would withdraw to be alone with God. Why? Because solitude, my friends, is not a burden. It's a time of preparation, of growth, and of connection with the one who made us. Let's explore some ways to turn loneliness into something powerful, something transformative. Reconnect with your inner child. You know, sometimes we think being an adult means we have to leave behind all the fun, all the playfulness, all the joy we had as children. But what did Jesus say? Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 18:3. There is power in childlike wonder. Pick up something fun, an adult coloring book, a Lego set, or a puzzle. Let yourself enjoy it, not because it's childish, but because it's freeing. Rediscover those things you loved as a kid. What made you laugh? What made you feel alive? Was it drawing, exploring, building things? Go back to those simple pleasures. They remind us that joy isn't always found in others. It's found in the moments we create for ourselves, even in solitude. Adopt a pet or plant. Now, for some of us, solitude feels empty because there's no one to care for, no one to share our space with. But who says companionship only comes from people? Proverbs 12:10 tells us, the righteous care for the needs of their animals. Pets can bring warmth and companionship. A dog, a cat, even a little bird can remind us that love isn't only something we receive, it's something we give. Maybe a pet isn't an option, and that's okay. Try caring for a plant. Yes, a plant. Watch it grow as you water it and care for it. It's a reminder that life grows in the quietest, most unexpected places. Taking care of something, even something small, helps us feel connected to life and create a personal project. My friends, sometimes loneliness is an invitation to dive into what's been calling us all along. Maybe God has placed a passion, a dream, or a project on your heart. Use this time. Start writing, painting, building, or creating. Psalm 90:17 says, "May the favor of the Lord our God rest on us. Establish the work of our hands." Let God guide you in this. Find a project that stirs your heart, something you can pour your energy into. When you focus on creating, you're not just passing the time, you're using it to grow. Each project, each effort is a step toward discovering more of what you were made for. Use your surroundings. Sometimes loneliness feels heavy because we're stuck in the same space, the same routine. So let's switch it up. Rearrange your room, add some new decorations, make it a place that reflects who you are and who you're becoming. In 1 Corinthians 14:40, we're reminded, but everything should be done in a fitting and orderly way. Let your space be a reflection of peace, of comfort, of order. Go outside and explore your surroundings alone. Go to a park, a cafe, or an art gallery. Spend time in God's creation, observing and appreciating. You might find that sometimes God speaks to us not through words, but through the beauty of the world around us. Take it in. Let it remind you that even in solitude, you are part of something greater. Spread kindness randomly. When loneliness sets in, we can sometimes become so focused on what we're missing that we forget what we have to give. Proverbs 11:25 says, "A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." My friends, refresh someone else. Leave a kind note, give a compliment, help someone without expecting anything in return. Sometimes the fastest way to overcome our own loneliness is by lifting others up. Get involved in your community, even if it's in small ways. Volunteer, help out, serve others. You'll find that as you pour out, God pours in. The joy of giving can fill those empty places in ways nothing else can. Dive into unusual learning. Friends, there's something wonderful about learning just for the joy of it. We're so often caught up in learning what we need for work, for responsibilities, that we forget the simple joy of curiosity. Ecclesiastes 1:13 says, "I applied my mind to study and to explore by wisdom all that is done under the heavens." Let your mind explore. Take a class, learn a new skill, try something that interests you, even if it's a bit quirky. Juggling, improv, art, history, whatever it is, dive in. When you're learning and growing, you're reminded that there's more to life than the everyday routine. God gave us curious minds for a reason. Let's use them. Embrace the power of no. Sometimes loneliness makes us feel like we have to say yes to everything just to avoid more isolation. But I want you to hear this. There's strength in the word no. Romans 12:2 teaches us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." That transformation often starts with saying no to things that don't serve you. Don't be afraid to set boundaries. Don't feel pressured to do things that don't feel right. Protect your alone time and let it be a time of reflection, a time of growth. Say yes to what truly nourishes you and no to what doesn't. Power of journaling. Writing is one of the most powerful ways to explore and understand our thoughts. It's like talking to your own soul, seeing what's really going on beneath the surface. Habakkuk 2:2 says, "Write down the revelation and make it plain on tablets." Write your dreams, your worries, your hopes. Write letters to your future self. Share your thoughts with God. Express what's on your heart. If you miss companionship, try writing fictional conversations. Imagine talking to a friend, a mentor, even a character from a story you love. It sounds simple, but it's a powerful way to process feelings, to reflect, and to understand ourselves better. Embrace the unusual. Finally, let's get a little unconventional. Try something different, something you wouldn't normally do. Go to an event, take a class, say yes to something new. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 11:6, "Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let your hands not be idle." Embrace the unexpected. It might just lead you to new connections, new experiences, new insights. Say yes to new invitations, new experiences, new people. It might not always lead to friendships, but it will always lead to growth. Trust that even these small steps are part of the path God has laid out for you. My friends, being alone doesn't mean you're unloved. It doesn't mean you're forgotten. It's a season, a sacred time where God calls you closer to Him, where you can learn, grow, and become who He's shaping you to be. Embrace it. Learn from it. Trust that this solitude is not just empty time. It's filled with purpose. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." Use this time to deepen your faith, to understand yourself, and to embrace the journey. In the quiet, you'll find strength you didn't know you had, creativity that surprises you, and a peace that comes only from God. Remember, loneliness can be a time of profound growth, a season of transformation. So take each step, each day, knowing that even in the solitude, you are never truly alone.